This video is the concluding part of the Edexcel May 2018 Foundation Paper 1, where I did question 1 to 17. Now you can see the description above to watch the first part of the video. So without further ado, let's continue from question number 18. It says A is a set of multiples of 5 between 14 and 26, and set B is a set of odd numbers between 14 and 26. Here, for the multiples of 5 between 14 and 26, you're going to look for the numbers of the 5 times table between 14 and 26. And they are 15, 20, and then 25. And for set B, all odd numbers between 14 and 26. We have 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, and 25. Now for the first question here, it says list the members of A union B. Now the union of A and B is a set of elements that are in set A, okay, or set B, or just even both of them. So you can see that we've got 15 here and 15 here, so we have one of them, so write down 15. Here we have 17, so write down 17. The next you got 19. The next you have 20. The next you have 21. The next you got 23. Now we have 25 and 25 here. Just pick one of the 25. So that really gives us the answer. For question B, it says describe the members of A intersection B. Now the intersection of A and B is a set, okay, is a set of numbers that are both in set A and also in set B. Now if you look at the elements, you can really see that you got 15 here and 15 here. 20, we don't have 20 anywhere here. We have 25 and then we have 25. So the two elements there, okay, in set A and set B are 15 and 25. So I come down here and I write them. I write up 17. Okay, 15 rather. 15 and 25. Okay, but we really need to see what the question really is asking. It says describe. Okay, so to describe it, I'm going to use words. So I might well say let me say odd. These numbers are odd multiples. Okay, 15 and 25 are odd multiples. Odd multiples of 5. Okay, good. So we go to the next question. Now here is a fraction, a mixed number fraction. It says work out 2 and 1/7, add 1 and 1/4. We need to change each of those mixed numbers to top half a fraction, and to do that, I'm going to go first with 2 times 7 is 14, add the 1 here, 15, so you have 15 over 7, add sign here, and change this also to a mixed number, a top heavy fraction. So 1 times 4 is 4, add the 1 top, you got 5 over 4. Now we've got to add these numbers together. Now you will notice that this fraction has different denominators, so I can't add straight, so I have to do that. I need to change the denominators to have the same numbers, and to do that I multiply the 7 here, okay, this fraction here, by 4 on the top and bottom. Okay, so I'm going to do something like this here, times 4 here, times 4 here also. And on this fraction here, I'm going to multiply by 7. Okay, so times 7 here, times 7. And if I multiply this top fraction. 4 times 15 is 60. Divided by 4 times 7 is 28. Then I have the add sign here. Okay, 5 times 7, that's 35. And then 4 times 7 is 28. Now I can see that I have the same number on the bottom fraction. So all I need to do is to add those straight on the top numbers. And if I add them up, that's going to give me 60 add 35, that's going to be 95 over 28. So I'm going to write down here 95 divided by 28. Okay, let me try make this even much clearer. That's 95 over 28. Someone may want to put this in a mixed number, okay, to bring it down, but it doesn't really say whether to mix it or put in a mixed number or otherwise. So we just leave the answer just like this. Okay, we come to the next question. Question B here. We have work out 1 and 1/5 divided by 3/4. And this is give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. And that's very instructional. So first I'm going to change this mixed number to a top-heavy fraction. So I go 1 times 5 is 5, add 1. That's going to be 6 over 5. I have the divide sign here. Okay, that's it here. Okay, and then this already is a proper fraction. Like just write it down 3 over 4. Now, anytime you have fractions or numbers being divided, and you got to change this divide sign to multiplication time, the number on the right is going to flip over. So it's going to be look like 6 over 5. Change the divide sign to multiply. When that happens, this fraction here is going to flip over. So it's going to be 4 over 3. Okay, so here we're going to see what numbers can cancel out. I can see that 3 can cancel out one time here and cancel it into 6 two lots. Okay, so I have 2 times 4, that's 8 over 5. And because the question says I should leave my answer as a mixed number, okay, in the simplest form, then this definitely going to be 1 and 3/5. So I come down here, I write down my answer, 1 and 3/5. And so we go to the next question, question number 20. In a village, the number of houses and the number of flats are in a ratio 7:4. So we've got houses here, the ratio of the houses, and flats, okay, are in a ratio 7:4. And then we also know that the number of flats and the number of bungalows are in a ratio 8:5. So we could as well put it here, ratio of flats, okay, and the ratio of bungalows, okay, bungalows 8:5. Now I'm putting it on the two ratios side by side, and it says there are 15 bungalows in the village, okay, 15 bungalows in the village. How many houses are there in the village? We need to find the number of houses in the village. Now there are a couple of ways you could solve it, but I want to solve it in a way that makes a lot of sense and very easy. Okay, you can see I have flats here and I have flats here. Okay, so I just have to make them have the same unit, and one of the way I can do that is to multiply this 4 by 2 to make it 8 units of flat. And whatever I do here, I'm going to also do on 7, okay, for the houses here. So if I do that, I'm going to multiply here, okay, by 2, and I'm going to also multiply here by 2. So I have 8 flats, okay, and 14 houses, the ratio 8. Now I can have 8 flats here. Of course, here you have 8 flats already, and then you have ratio 5. Now you can see that I have the same flat. flat the same. Okay, and now the same. Now going back to the main question, it says there are 15 bungalows in the village. So really there are 50 bungalows. Okay, and okay, and to move from 5 to 50, you have to multiply by 10. And it says how many houses are there in the village. Okay, to find number of houses, okay, I have to also multiply here too by 10. Whatever I do on the right here, I do on the left. I'm going to multiply here by 10. So 14 times 10, that's going to give me 140. That means there are 140 houses in the village. So I come down here, I write in 140. So we go to the next question. Okay, that's question 21. Okay, Rini buys 5 kilograms of sweets to sell. She pays £10 for the sweets. Rini puts all the sweets into the bag. She puts 250 grams of sweets into each bag. She sells each bag of sweet for 65 pence. Now, Rini sells all the bags of sweet. Work out our percentage profit. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do first is to try to change, okay, the 5 kilograms of sweet to in grams, and you know there are 1,000 grams in kilograms, so 5 kilograms definitely going to be 5,000 grams. Okay, so she really bought 5,000 grams of sweet. Okay, and she pays for £10 for the sweet, and then she put all the sweets into the bag. Okay, all right, she puts 250 grams of the sweets into each bag. Okay, now to find the number of bags that could be, you're going to divide 5,000 by the 250 grams sweet into each bag. So that's going to be 5,000. Okay, divided by 250. And when I do that, I'm trying to get the number of bags, right? So this is going to give me 20 bags of sweets. Okay, and to see how much she's really selling it, okay, you're going to multiply these 20 bags by how much she sells each bag, and that's going to be 20 by 65 pence, and that's going to give you 1,300 pence. Okay, and that's equivalent, the same thing as £13. Okay, because 100 pence is equivalent to £1. So 1,300 pence is the same thing as £13. All right, now to see the profits, not the percentage profit, but the profit she makes. Okay, because of the skills she used in her selling, and that's gonna be, so the profit is gonna be okay, it's gonna be £13 minus the amount she paid for the sweet originally, which was £10. And if you do this the subtraction, that's gonna give us £3. So this is the profit she makes on each bag. Okay, all right. So to find okay, to find the profit, percentage profit, okay, so the percentage of profit is definitely going to be the amount here made on each bag, that's £3, divided by the original amount she paid, which was £10, and then multiply it by 100%. And if you do this calculation very well, a zero cancel out a zero here. Okay, leaving out 10 and 3, so 10 multiplied by 10, 10 multiplied by 3, that's going to give us 30%. So this, okay, let me make this clear enough. It's going to be 30%. This is the percentage profit. So I come down here, I'll write down my answer. That's going to be 30%. Okay, so we go to the next question. Question 22. A cycle race across America is 3,069.25 miles in length. Juan knows his average speed for this previous race is 15.12 miles per hour. For the next race across America, he will cycle for 8 hours per day. Question A. Estimate how many days Juan will take to complete the race. Now the key word here is the word estimate. So you're really going to make some estimate in your working. Now first I'm going to estimate this miles, this distance, okay, to nearest 1,000, and that's gonna give me 3,000, okay, miles per hour, miles rather, and I'm gonna estimate this 15.12 miles per hour. That's gonna be 15. I'm rounding up, okay. So to find the number of hours needed, I'm gonna do 3,000 divided by 15, okay, and that's gonna give me 200 hours needed. Okay, because 300 divided by 15 will be 200, so 300 hours is needed. Now, because the question says for estimate how many days will take to complete the race, so to find the number of days it will take Joan to make this race, to complete this race, I'm going to divide this number by 8, because the 8 hours per day. So that's going to be 200 divided by 8, and that's going to give me, I think, 25. Yeah, 25 days. So this is an estimate of the number of days it will take Juan to complete the race, 25 days. So I come down here and write down 25 days. So we continue. Juan trains for the race, and the average speed he can cycle at increases. It is now 16.27 miles per hour. How does this affect the answer to part A? Well, first, there are two parts to it. So, the first part is to consider that the faster, okay, the faster he cycles, the fewer days needed. Okay, the fewer days needed. And that's the first part. The second part, it says, how does it affect your answer? Now, if you look at here really, okay, it says the average speed it can cycle increases. It is now 16.25 miles per hour. Now, even if you run up this, okay, it still wouldn't affect my answer, okay, because I had rounded this earlier on 15.12 to 15. Now, if I round this up 16.27, it still wouldn't affect my answer. So I'm gonna write down it will not affect my answer. It will not affect my answer, as I will still round up, as I will still round to the same, or still round. Okay, let me have to clear this to make it neat. I'll still round to the same numbers. Here, question number 23. Here's a solid square base pyramid, VABCD. Okay, and then we got the drawing here. Now we have more information. The base of the pyramid is a square base, size 6 centimeters, and the height of the pyramid is 4 cm, and M is the midpoint of BC, and VM is equal to 5 centimeters. Now question says, draw an accurate front elevation of the pyramid from the direction of the arrow. Okay, this is the direction of the arrow, so I'm going to draw this front side here. Okay, now to do that, I have to take cognizance that the base is 6 and the height is 4. So I'm going to come here now and make a drawing. Remember, the base is 6 and the height is 4. So I'm going to draw from here 6. How to make a good drawing. Okay, make 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, good. And then the height is 6. Up here 6. Up here is 4 rather. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I go also from here. That's also 4. So this is the front elevation. Okay, so now the question says, work out the total surface area of the pyramid. Now for this pyramid, we need to find the total surface area of it. Now you notice this pyramid has 6 sides: the front, the back, the right rear, and the left rear. Okay, it makes a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bottom 5. The bottom is the bottom of the pyramid is square, so I'm going to find the area of the square. Okay, now I know that the area of the square. Okay, area of the square base. Area of the square base. Area of square base is gonna be 6 times 6, and that's gonna give me 36 centimeters square. 36 centimeters squared, and okay. All right. The next is the triangle for the faces, the sides. Okay. All right. And one of the area of the triangle here, the side is the base is 6 also, and the height is 5. And you remember the area of a triangle is the half base area of a triangle is half base and side, so they have, and the base is 6 and the height is 5. And if you work this out, this is gonna give you 15 centimeters squared. And now, because we have the triangle has 6 sides, I mean the surface of the pyramid has 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sides of triangle. So I'm going to multiply that also by 4. Okay, so I might write it this way. The surface area of the pyramid, okay, is going to be 4 triangles, because there are 4 triangles there, and add up 1 square. And for the 4 triangles, one of the area of triangle is 15, so I'm going to multiply 4 times 15 and add the area of 1 square, which is 36, and 4 times 5 is gonna give you 60, and 60 at 36 is gonna give you 96 centimeters squared. So that's the surface area of the pyramid. Question 24. A pattern is made from 4 identical squares. Now the size of the squares are parallel, okay? 3 axes. And then we told that point A has coordinates 6, 7. Point B has coordinate 38, 36. That's it. Is it 38, 36? And point C is marked on the diagram, and this is point C marked on the diagram. And now the question is, work out the coordinate of point C. Now, one of the things that we can do is to find the coordinate of point C is to consider for point B that this is the S coordinate. I just have to write it here. Okay, the S coordinate. Okay, for B, and this is the Y coordinate for B. For point A, the S coordinate is 6. Okay, and the Y coordinate is 7. Now to find here the coordinate point C, we need to find the coordinate for the X and also the Y. Now one thing I can consider, because we told that this is going to be unequal identical squares, right? And to find the full length from here down here, which I'm going to show like an arrow here, from here down here. Okay, I think to kind of raise this to make it more clearer to read. Okay, so here is going to be 32. How do I know? Because it will be 38 minus 6. So let's say 38 minus 6, that's going to be 32. So that means from here to here is 32. Okay, units. And we know that with these are equal squares, and there are 4 of them, and that's going to be 32 divided by 4. 32 divided by 4, that's going to give me 8. So the length for is going to be 8. So from here to here will be 8. Okay, so yes, 8. Okay, and now here another 8. Okay, another 8. Then another 8 here. Of course, another 8 here. So go 8 centimeters. And so to find the mid here, okay, because I know from here is 32, all I need to do, because I have 8 and 8, so I have 16. So the coordinate going to be 32 subtract 16. Right now 32 subtract 16. That's going to be 22. So the S coordinate here is 32. Okay, and to get the Y corresponding, okay, I already know here is also 8 because we know it's identical squares. So here is also 8. Okay, so I already know that means from here to here, it's a total of 16. Okay, right, 8, 16. And what I'm going to do to find the coordinate for Y, I'm going to subtract that 16 from 36. So 36 minus 16, that's going to give me 20. So my Y coordinates are going to be 20. So these are the coordinates for point X. So I'll come down here, I'll write down my answer as 22, 20. For question 25, on the grid below, draw the graph of y equals 1 minus 4x for values of x from -3 to 3. Now, to do that, to draw the graph first, you need to make a table of values. And I'm going to make kind of a sketch of values for that, a table for it. take this. Okay, 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 okay. Just like a sketch. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna label as x and y. The value for x ranges from -3 to 3. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1. I think 2. Okay, 2 here and 3. So I had an excess. So I'm gonna wipe them out now. Okay. So now I'm going to feed the corresponding value for y. Now when x is -3, y is going to be 1 minus 4 times -3, and that's going to give me 13. When x is -2, y becomes 1 minus 4 times -2. Everything would give you 9. For the next one, you're going to have 5. The next, you're going to have 1. If you substitute in this equation for x, the same here, you're going to have when x have -3, and here you're going to have -7, and here you're going to have -11. So these are the corresponding values for y gotten from these equations. So I'm going to plot the points onto my graph. When x is -3, y is 13. When x is -3, y is 13. So 13 is going to be up here. Somewhere s3. When x is -3, I'm sorry, here -3, y is gonna be 13. So that's gonna be somewhere here. When x is -2, y is 9. When x is -2, y is 9. Yep, somewhere here. When x is -1, y is 5. When x is -1, y is 5. That'll be somewhere here. When x is 0, y is 1. When it's 0, y is 1. So that's going to be somewhere here. And next, when x is 1, y is -3. When x is 1, y is -3. Somewhere here. I have to make it even much clearer. Okay, when x is 1, y is -3. When x is 1, y is -3. And when x is 2, y is -7. When x is 2, y is -7. That's going to be somewhere here. And lastly, when x is 3, y is -11. When x is 3, y is -11. -11 is going to be somewhere here. So what I'm going to do now is to connect my crosses with a straight line. Okay, so I want to do that now. Can make sure the points, the crosses line up on a straight line. Okay, mine kind of okay. So that's it. Okay, so that's it. So what we're going to do next is to label the line. Okay, I'll label it, and the equation of the line is y is equals to 1 minus 4x. And so we move to the next question. And the last question for the last question. We got a column vector 5 and 2 for A, for B, minus 1 and 7. And now we need to work out to A plus B as a column vector. But this is what you do here is to say 2A, 2, and A column vector. I'm going to write it up here, 5, 2, add vector B, which is minus 1, 7. And if you multiply the column vector with the scalar here, I'm going to 10, 4, 10, 4, add another column vector. You have here minus 1, 7. Now if you add these two column vectors, now 10 plus minus 1 is going to give you 9, and 4 plus 7 is 11. So the column vector is 9, 11.